Welcome to the Scrapyard. I'm your very tired host, BC.
I am a moderately okay savage.
And I'm the village idiot, Flaming Bees.
You started it.
You did start it, and you were doing it too. I'm like, can I say something too? Should I roast myself too?
Roast myself too? I didn't roast myself.
Beep boo, beep boo, beep boo. I keep going the wrong direction.
Anyways, before we get into the inevitable insanity that is the QNA, let's go into figure appreciation of the week. And we're going to start, as per usual, with the bees.
Anyway, my figure appreciation is, this was going to be my figure appreciation for last week, but I couldn't figure out where the fuck I put him at the time. Transformers Legacy Evolution Armada Megatron with a third-party, I think it's 3D printed, Star Saber, which scales perfectly with him. I really love this thing. I don't know. He's just like randomly there at Walmart last weekend. I was not expecting to find him. In fact, this is literally the only the only figure from the current wave that I saw there at my Walmart. So I knew I had to get him.
I'm the one that tipped him off, too.
Exactly, yes. Like, it was spotted in your area. So I was like, I wonder.
I said it.
Well, I just have hearing conversation. So I was for my figure appreciation of the week. Time to throw a little flair into this. Psycho Green Lightning Collection.
Nice.
Dope. I might get me one of those eventually.
Are you sure? I'm $80. Good luck with that.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Oh my god! It's Psycho Green!
Somehow you turned him from green to purple.
Anyways. Yeah, he's probably gonna go from purple to orange here in a minute, because my figure appreciation of the week is a model kit. Figurize Ryuki.
Yasha!
I really like this. And Bees, if you have not gotten any of these yet, I'm about to try and entice you right now. These scale pretty much perfectly with Lightning Collection.
Well, great minds think alike, because
Oh, you do have them, okay.
I do.
Well, basically, Ryuki just opened a forbidden door for me.
Pride of model kits. It is now to become.
Yes. Oh, and the greatest thing about Kamen Rider Decade here is that you can put his a Deca driver on Ryuki, for example.
Anyone?
He'll come with like little adapter parts to accommodate, and you can put the Neo Deca driver on Forze, among other rider kits they have. I don't know if I know the previous Kabuto model kit they made I can put the driver on him, but I don't know about the new one that's coming out. I don't know if it's different or just a reissue. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I am desperately in search of Kabuto now. All thanks to Ryuki here. That's up! Yeah.
Damn, I turned to Ryuga.
You know, there's actually a Ryuga.
I know.
Okay.
That's an exclusive, though.
Yeah. Trust me, I saw it at a freaking store today. $80. No.
Woof.
You can't afford me still. Now he's pink for some reason. So we're at this point now.
So yeah, basically tonight's episode is another Q&A. So if we have questions for each other that we would like to actually ask, now is the chance to do it. And obviously, if we have anybody showing up in the comment section, by all means, ask some questions. We will be more than happy to answer. So I'm going to kick things off with something very basic. Savage. To kind of show how we're going to do it this time around, we have to specify who the question is towards. And then when we ask the question, we have to specify how it needs to be answered. But if it's literally just a case of answer it however you wish, simply just say, however you choose to answer this. So, Savage. What made you a Kamen Rider fan? Answer this how you will.
I would like to say it all started when I told this guy that I watched a certain Kamen Rider show in the American adaptation of, in fact, the same rider he's holding, Kamen Rider Dragonite. I learned of Dragonite from a friend of mine. Yes, I see you killed him.
You bastard.
Then it's gone.
Not very Yosha. Anyway, I was like, I knew about Kamen Rider for a while because one of my buddies was like, had an old Showa Rider, now that I remember, figure. He had, oh god, it was one of the forms of Black RX. The black and yellow one, like Bio Rider or some shit.
I think that's it.
It was one of Black RX's forms, point is. And I didn't know about it, but then one time they were playing, there was Operation Overdrive being played at the time, but then after that episode they were watching, Kamen Rider Dragonite popped up. It had that, badass theme song at least. The theme song of the show was at least decent.
The show itself.
Yeah.
Was the toy line any good?
Oh, fuck no. Trust me, if you were to get the Ryuki driver itself, that's the better thing you're going to get out than the what the fuck did they call it? What was their rider belt called? Fucking, I forget now. Anyway, point is,
I think they only refer to it as Advent decks.
Yeah, the Advent decks, like, they were like so fucking small, like probably the same size as the of this thing here in the middle. And you just slide it in there and it just spins. No sound. It's just.
Oh, now,
That's how it feels. That's how it feels after the fact. How I really got into Kamen Rider was because as soon as I told this guy that the only one I saw was Dragonite, he was like,
Boy.
"Sir, let me give you a recommendation on how to fix your issue here." I'm like, "What? What do you mean? What's wrong with the show?" He's like, "Here."
Like,
Here's
I'm your
those. Have
therapist.
fun with that.
It's like, you have a problem. I'm your therapist now. Here's your treatment. Watch actual Kamen Rider.
I'm like, oh, okay. And then I watched those, and that became my most favorite thing. So guess what? If you're blaming me for Gundam, motherfucker, I'm blaming you for Kamen Rider.
You're welcome.
Anyway.
Oh my god! You killed PC!
Yet again! I mean, I'm a bastard. Oh, right, since Whee's not here. BC is dead. Now I shall rule the scrapyard now. I have to do it because he's not here, okay?
Oh my god! He killed Savage!
You bastard.
So, anyway, so are we going to call that question done?
Yeah.
All right, then we're going to take turns, and we're going to basically go in reverse order for me. So, it would be Savage next? Or would that be intro? Or we'll do intro order, so Savage or next?
She's like, I was next either fucking way at this point. Does it have to be individual questions, or can it be everyone questions?
It can be an everyone question as well, or if you don't have any questions at all, you can choose to skip by saying veto.
I don't really got any questions right now, honestly, so veto.
Okay, Bees, do you have anything?
This is my question geared towards BC. Who was your favorite? Not favorite. No, who was your? Yes, you. This BC. Anyway, who was your first Transformers figure? Doesn't have to be strictly. Doesn't have. It can also include McDonald's Happy Meal toys. It could be from that or from mainline. Anything.
So I'm only really allowed to say, like, I don't have to tell a story or anything, or like am I allowed to answer this how I will?
You can if you want. Yeah, just story if you wish.
Okay, so what was my first Transformers action figure?
Doesn't
My
have
first
to be
Transformers action figure is none other than, funny enough, the 2-pack of Robots in Disguise 2001 Tow Line and Skyfire.
Oh, nice.
And
hello, man.
I think funny enough, I just walked into a store many years ago. I don't want to say it was a GameStop, but it actually might have been. Dude, I legit don't remember the actual store, but I remember walking in, and initially I was looking for Power Ranger stuff, but then I just kind of looked around and I saw Tow Line Truck Mode just sitting in the packaging, and I'm like, huh, that looks cool. I want that. Hey, Mom, do I have money? I do? Can I get this? I popped those suckers open at home, and I've been a Transformers fan ever since.
Nice.
Do we have the money?
Okay, so I guess that counts as the question is answered. So I am going to now. I'm going to direct this question at the Flamin' Bees. Bees. Thus far, in your life as a Power Rangers fan, which would you say is the one season that you genuinely cannot stand?
I think I'll count this as one, but mega fail and super mega fail.
Okay.
Reason being, it was all hyped up for the 20th anniversary of Power Rangers. Hi, Manface. And it's just the acting from the Red Ranger was just complete and total ass. And it's just, and the big legendary battle was anything but legendary. It was. I will say this though, the extended version of the final episode, the legendary battle, was actually a little better, just a little bit, because like Emperor Mavro, when he went bloosh with his ship in the original cut, that was it. We don't see him anymore. But in the extended version, they actually made it longer. Like they get back down to Earth. Like, yeah, we defeated him. And then it was like, oh, look at me, suckers, I'm back. I'm not going to be beaten that easily. So then they cycle through a bunch of other legendary ranger transformations before ultimately defeating him, which I felt was a bit more satisfying of a villain death. But that still doesn't redeem the series itself. And just,
Telling you right now, the Sentai adaptation, way better.
It is. I haven't even finished Gokaiger yet. I keep forgetting to, but it's leaps and bounds better. I'll shout Gokai change faster than you, like quicker, or I'd be more willing to do that than shout Legendary Ranger mode.
Or, you know, it's morphin' time. Go Ranger. Super legendary.
Basically.
Plus, it's much more fun to shout Gokai change. Somehow it just is.
Look, I changed it.
Especially when you do the fucking, especially the fucking movements. Just Gokai change.
Yes, exactly.
I'm more entertaining than let's shout these things. We can do this. Our voices totally don't sound like they're scripted at all.
Right?
And then there's me.
Ow, that hurt.
Anyways.
That was actually much better than Troy's acting. That was a compliment.
Write it down.
Wow, I'm just fucking with it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I just needed to make sure.
Yeah, you better not fuck with me before I start hearing accordions. You know what happens when I hear accordions? Someone from the old country will be coming by here. Did you not hear what I said? Oh, God. Okay. They're accordions. Hey, the boys?
Oh, no.
What is Rolf doing in this soul-trapping box that you've trapped Rolf in?
You do something.
This is your show.
Yeah, it's my show, and I can tell you what to do. Therefore, you deal with it.
Is Rolf facing right direction? Kamehameha! Hey, boy! You make a fool of the son of a shepherd! Oh, yes! Look what Rolf has found! A legendary can of whooping a donkey!
Anyways, so,
If that was how you rescued a cat from a tree, easy 1, 2, 3. Rolf has avenged the honor of his ancestors. Thank you.
is he gone?
I don't. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back, guys.
So, anyways, Savage, you got any questions, buddy?
Yeah, what the fuck was all that? No, so wait, what was you said? You said you basically just did not care for Superman Force. Okay.
Who is your question directed at?
Well, no, I'm just trying to think what my question is this one, because I can't just keep vetoing everything, obviously, because I can't really think of a question. I guess this is an everyone question again, because this is the best one I can think of right now. If there's one singular Transformers character out of the entirety of the Transformers, not counting Wheelie, that you absolutely hate, other than Wheelie, who is it?
A character that I absolutely despise. One I cannot stand specifically from Transformers.
Other than Wheelie, because I know everyone wants to throw Wheelie under the bus.
Does it include human characters?
I'm going to say, for the sake of this, I'm going to say just Transformer only.
Oh.
Transformer only. Funny enough, I might actually have an answer for you. Bayverse Bumblebee.
I never knew that. I never knew you disliked Bumblebee.
Ladies and gentlemen, this just in. He had just announced that he what was it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He's just said he hated the mascot of Transformers. And no, we don't mean Optimus Prime. We mean Bumblebee. Get down.
Damn, if it included human characters, I would have included Billy and Fred from Armada.
Give it about down Anyway. What's your answer on that one, Bees?
Shoot, I can't think of any Transformers characters off the top of my head. I'll get back to you on that unless we change to another subject before I get a chance to think of anything.
Y'all can give me just 1 second.
Well, I guess since we're all doing this rotation of taking turns asking questions, and if anyone in the comment section would like to ask a question, don't be scared. You can. Any question is okay, as long as it's not a really stupid question. Though I guess since we're waiting, Flaming Bees, this is also your turn to ask a question.
Savage, my question for you is: which is your the other Savage? I meant False Convoy. I'm just kidding. I'm talking about you. Talking to you. Anyway, I'm R2. Anyway, my question for you is: what is your least favorite season from the Unicron trilogy, and why?
Energon. The whole show. That's why.
No argument there. No argument there. And give a few examples as to why, please.
Honestly, I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, the animation in Cybertron, even though it was the same one for Energon, kind of grew on me. I did not like the change of animation whatsoever. Like take it for granted, or take it from this. You just finally got done watching Energon, and you're going to Cybertron. You're simply, already. You're like, all right, I was hateful on this, but it's starting to grow. I mean, I'm starting to like this. But then they change it to animated, and that's like, you just got me adjusted to this, and now you make me have to change again. And then you're gonna make me change again with Transformers Prime. Consistency. You know what I mean?
I guess CGI is easier or something than hand-drawn animation. don't know.
I don't know.
My
It's
issue.
it was just that that and the I don't know. I never really thought of Optimus as a brute character, and in comparison between Armada's time and Energon, I don't know. I just do not like how Optimus was acting. Like, listen here, you do what I say. What the fuck was that, Commander? You're gonna just shove the troop. The fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, for me, my reason why I dislike Energon is that, like why did it take so goddamn long for them to achieve a goal that you would expect to take just maybe 2 or 3 episodes to do, but it's like a quarter of the season. And I just hate how over-designed so many of the characters are. That's probably why the Ironhide figure was such a notorious shelf warmer, because I just do not like his design at all. There's just so much going on with his design that like too much visual noise basically. And I'm just like, how in the hell is he able to walk with shins, with lower legs, calves that are twice as thick as his torso?
Also, within all the entirety of the Unicron trilogy, at least there was a set gimmick of what you can actually understand what the gimmick was, With Armada, the entire thing was literally just about minicons. They were the main collectible of the thing. Cybertron, it was the cyber keys. Lots of little keys, lots of different variations. Okay. Energons, it was this little chip that does fuck all for anything. But also Optimus can combine it with 4 little trailers. And this other guy. And this guy.
And that big tall guy.
And that guy over there. Isn't this just Combiner Wars Optimus Prime?
Right?
I'm right.
I mean, it's wasn't it the Japanese version of Power Links battles or something, and not just simply Energon? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Kicker, oh my god, Kicker is just I can't.
Okay, we're moving on.
Kicker and Ironhide were annoying. Anyway,
I will say there are some designs from the show that I actually didn't think were bad. Megatron / Galvatrons. Starscreams is Shock Blast, he looked pretty damn good. Him and Six Shot, his twin brother. Optimus Prime, yeah, in his default robot mode, he looks like he's been hanging around the Energon goodie shop too much.
Well, I mean, when peace finally broke between the two factions, and there's really no war to fight anymore, you kind of let yourself go a little bit, no?
But when he's combined with his little vehicle limb thingies,
oh my god,
he looks badass. Oh yes, I actually like Energon. I like Energon's intro.
I just thought of this. The when Optimus goes to combine with the little 4 components, I just realized he's going into diabetic mode. Prosthetic arms. Prosthetic.
Oh god, that's fucked up.
Hey me.
Oh my god, that's fucked up.
Go back in your hiding hole now.
I don't have a idol. That's Aladar.
Go sit in the corner and think about your life. Yeah, go sit in the corner and think about your life.
Before this gets any worse, I'm taking over and I'm asking a question.
Okay.
Okay. This is a everyone question.
Uh-oh.
What is a specific figure from the Unicron trilogy that you guys want to see made in Legacy that has not already been leaked or that we don't already know is coming?
Well, I don't know if it's already coming or if it's been leaked yet. Scavenger. Do I need to explain why further? Do I need to explain?
I was just waiting for him to do it anyway.
For those who don't know. Oh, you actually were waiting a minute. Okay. Basically, for those who don't know, Scavenger, Armada Scavenger, in the show, well know him. He's a Constructicon turned Autobot, which is a weird sentence to say. Just saying that right now. He looks badass. Yeah, everyone wanted a figure that moves like him. Can transform smoothly just like him because he's a freaking bulldozer. How can they go wrong with that? Jesus Christ, motorized legs. I hope he can bend a knee. Can he transform? How's your minicon? Oh. So Demolisher.
Okay, so that's savage. But now I gotta hear B's response to this question.
Okay. I want them to redo this figure. Which I really liked this when I got it, and then when I got a better look at what the original toy looked like, I was a bit dissatisfied, not gonna lie. But now I kind of like it again because I got the upgrade kits for him from DNA Design. And then after watching Cybertron, there's Leo Breaker, and then there's Wing Saber they could combine with, and the fact that in the show he could wield this thing. I want them to redo the figure so that it's more faithful in terms of transformation to the original toy and the character design, and has the potential to combine with, say, a legacy Wing Saber from Cybertron or Leo Breaker, something. And like I said, be able to wield this thing. I would love to see that happen. That or at the very least, a redone version of Energon Optimus Prime, and again has the capacity or capability to combine with other figures like Energon Wing Saber, which I really liked his design. Just like I said, I just want a redone version of this. I mean, it's definitely hinted at the possibility that the Legacy Armada, Megatron, and Optimus Prime figures can combine with Tidal Wave and Jetfire, respectively, which I would love. I just want combining figures again. That would be so freaking awesome.
As for me,
mostly because I missed out on just about the entire Unicron trilogy. The only figure from the Unicron trilogy that I've had the longest was Predacon, which I got off eBay a few years ago. And I managed to obtain a few other figures off of Mercari and eBay. And I'm like, why didn't I get these figures sooner? I'm done. Sorry. Just want to get that out.
That being said, a character or a figure from the Unicron trilogy that I want to see get redone. Cybertron Megatron.
Ooh, yes. And the inevitable repaint to Galvatron.
Yep. I would love to see those. I think we deserve those. And I think it would be a really good time to, do them. So, yeah, that was my question. All three of us answered. Quite satisfactory. You, Savage, do you have a question?
Veto.
Okay, bees. Got a question.
What is your favorite? Each of your favorite Kamen Rider season?
Kabuto.
O's.
For me, I'm gonna be honest. I still haven't finished Forza yet. I've got a huge backlog of Kamen Rider seasons. I'm buying like belts from seasons I've not even watched yet. I have the Neo Deca driver. I have the CSM Deca driver 1.5 or whatever it's called. The Ziku driver, the CSM Futo PI double driver. And I've not watched any of those seasons, yet I bought them because they look cool. I feel like that's a problem. I have such a big backlog of shows that people have recommended to me that I'm like, okay, what should I prioritize? What are you showing us?
You want to talk about a backlog? You want to talk about a backlog? You want to talk about a fucking backlog?
Okay, whereas you have a big backlog of model kits, I have a big backlog that's even bigger than that of shows and movies that have been recommended to me by various people.
So, anyways, so yeah, I think that basically covered that.
Your turn again.
Savage.
Ah, fuck.
Who is your least favorite rider?
Are we going off of the entirety? Are we going off of era?
Yes. He's like.
I have to keep this all in mind, considering the fact that there's still a few I have yet to see.
Also, bear in mind, I'm only allowing you to do main riders.
Okay, now I was gonna say, if you just said that's why I was asking. Are we basing it off of era? What? You didn't give me that until now. Anyway. Who would I not like as a main writer? I enjoyed this show, but in terms of, like, I guess, like, I don't know, in terms of, like, just I guess he had good character development, but I guess of all the writers, of the main writer, shtick of it all was honestly Den-O. Like, the main writer guy himself was just so, like, frail, I guess is the word I want to look for. Frail, just whiny, like, no, I can't do that. Dude, you're fighting monsters. Let your balls drop just an inch.
I love that voice. I can't do it.
It's not far from how he actually sounded. When he first Henshin, his very first one, he was like, Henshin. It's like, did he just climax as soon as he said what?
Oh my god!
And you have to remember the timing too, because when he said it, the girl of the show pushed him. So it had to be a connection there. Henshin. Like, dude, get hold of yourself! You're going to fight a monster, and you barely came at the.
Now he's gonna have a cum stain on his suit.
Ori? Sanya?
Oh god! The moment Rose pops into his body. What the fuck? Like, the only time he was actually decent was when the fucking Imagine took over his body. But even then, it wasn't his personality anymore; it was theirs. Even proof further on, because like later on down the road, since Dano somehow manages to keep itself fresh every single year, well, although which makes me curious because I don't know what they even did this year for Dano. It was never the main rider guy up until like the Zio build movie. Like every other thing that had that Deno had appeared in was just Momotaros, which then confirms that the guy they had as the writer they didn't really care for. It was just they had Momotaros as the very first monster rider as the main rider at that point. Think of that. I think so far our only monster too, actually.
Agent! Sword of form.
I don't remember what. Oh, this. Okay, this is what Deno looks like. Okay, I was like, "Who's Deno?" So I was like, "Let's Google it." I was like, "Wait, I've got the cards."
Yeah, and what's sad is that even when Decade used his rider cards, he found that the Deno powers were kind of useless.
Yeah.
They literally did nothing.
Which just went to show Momotaros was all show.
Oh, also, while I have these out, apparently, like it was, I guess it was speculated that because of something with like rights and licensing or something, the Shinkenger, the counterpart to the Red Samurai Rangers Fire Smasher, like the
Daizento?
Yes, this thing, we were like, it was said that we were not going to get this because of licensing or whatever, and yet here it is. I bought this here in America, and I have the card.
Okay, it's licensing of American stuff. That doesn't mean the Japanese are not going to get away with it. Of course they're going to get away with it. It's their product.
Yeah, I'm just like, but wouldn't it still be illegal though because it's not marketed as Power Rangers?
Not really, no, because they can still. I've seen plenty of like Super Sentai stuff be sold. Like, yeah, they're selling Kamen Rider stuff. Kamen Rider ain't American popular in stores, not much anymore. Look at GameStop. Look where you got your Futo PI.
That I got off Amazon.
Okay, well, it was. Well, I mean, like
it's American retailer.
Yeah, like let me take us back a few years. Whereas Zio was was playing as a major thing during the entire thing. Shut up. They were releasing 20th anniversary rider belts. Several of them being Gaim, I believe Deno, and Double.
It's your turn to ask a question.
And the Lost Driver. Anyway.
And one thing I want to mention real quick is that I've also bought the extra cards set, and I decided to like put all these in here in order of season. So many fucking cards. And I had to go online and like look up who this rider was and what season they appeared in and which order the season was to the others. So, oh my gosh.
Huh, you think that's annoying? Wait till they do that with freaking the Reiwa era. Because they already are, kinda.
The what era?
The current one.
Oh, okay. So
0-1 all the way to this new guy that's coming up, Gotchard.
Gotchard, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, so does that mean Decade will make another appearance, and will his driver have yet another upgrade?
More than fucking likely.
What color will it be now?
Savage.
It'll be black, probably. I know we all played on this console, so let's take ourselves away from toys for a moment. Favorite Nintendo Switch game for everyone.
And it can't be a remake or remaster.
I didn't say that. I just said Nintendo Switch game.
Oh, well, in that case, Metroid Prime.
In that case, no.
All but one game that I have. I literally okay. All but one of my games that I have for my Switch are Pokemon games. The only game that I have that is not Pokemon is the Power Rangers a game that came out a few years ago. So, excluding remakes, which Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl would fall into that category. Legends Arceus. Pokemon Legends Arceus.
I mean, I didn't say you couldn't count remasters or remakes because Metroid Prime is a remake and a remaster.
Oh, right. I guess I misheard that. My bad. But yeah, even then, Pokemon Legends Arceus, I did not think I would like that as much as I thought I was going to. In fact, when I lived down here in Texas, where in 2021, Snowmageddon, I was one of the lucky ones where I still had power. I was just freezing my ass off, and I had an entire week off. No work, which was fucking awesome. But Snowmageddon's weak-ass cousin, Jerome, came tearing through here winter of last year. And in preparation for that possibility of like being snowed in and not being able to go to work, I was like, you know what? Let's make a quick trip over to Walmart and pick up Pokemon Legends Arceus. Because I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I bought it. I was not disappointed. What I love is that you don't have to trade Pokemon to evolve them. There's like this cool little nod, like this item. You use this item to evolve Pokemon that would normally evolve through trade, like Alakazam and Haunter, Gengar, and all that. You give them a link cable, literally a link cable, like the old time Game Boy link cables, and level it up, and it'll evolve. Which I thought was fucking awesome. Like, thank you. Because I don't know anybody else locally who plays Pokemon.
For me, to answer my own question at this point, it's a choice between two games, and I want to just simply just knock it out of the park with just the one. Super Mario Odyssey. I find myself enjoying that game a lot more than I thought it would. It's basically the adventure of Mario where he can possess anything with a hat. I found that one amazing. I still have yet to beat it. And I think out of mainline Mario games, this is the first one to have an actual like person singing song. Like when you open the case to look inside the game case to Super Mario Odyssey, you see inside the cover art a lyrics page.
Oh, nice!
And it's like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I wonder where there is. Later on down in the game, you actually encountered that same city or that song, and it sounds so good. Like, fucking hell. I'm fucking just going through and just enjoying this song. I don't mind dying 5 or 6 times. This sounds good. Like, really?
I'll be your one-up girl.
And this is why you ruin things. Right. Yeah, you did.
Fuck!
That's a bitch!
Oh. Oh! And now there were 2.
And now he's in the back rooms.
In the Shadow Realm.
No, it's the back rooms.
Oh.
So, put him back in the stream real quick.
Where'd he go? Oh, I know what to do to bring him back. No.
Alex, you okay? Savage, you okay? It's coming out from behind. It's going for your leg.
Well,
Oh, that was just a fucking cat. Can you believe that? There was just one fucking cat.
well, I happen to have an extra can of whoop ass here, so if he decides to show up here, they'll be in for surprises. They'll end things pretty quick.
Okay,
Sadly, I would require a registration for that can of whoop ass.
he needs a scrapyard registration for it.
No, government one. Anyway.
Here's my registration right here. Or no, that's not it. This is my registration right here.
Well, fuck.
Yeah, but he needs the scrapyard one specifically, so which he does not have.
Oh, you mean this right here?
The one that you just broke?
Yeah, no, buddy. There's this very specific one that you once had. Anyway, so bees, I believe, next up for questions.
That took a pretty dark turn.
So
assuming you guys have more than one of these, what is your favorite common right? Oh wait, you said switch subjects from toys and stuff, right?
I just made it.
No, he wanted to go that direction.
Oh,
you can
okay.
still stay on that if you wanted to.
Okay. Assuming you guys have, Savage definitely has more than one. Assuming BC has more than one of these, what is your favorite Henshin belt replica that you own? Don't knock over your Green Lantern power battery again.
That was fucking awesome. That was amazing, that episode.
It's like some freaking random.
It just happened out of nowhere. It was great. So, anyways, I have yet to pull mine out of storage, but one of my all-time favorite rider belts that I got from him is the Sengoku driver from Kamen Rider Gaim.
Oh.
There is something sadistically satisfying about plugging the lock in, locking it in, and slicing it open with the knife. There's something so satisfying about it.
For a moment, you said you had me concerned. Something so satisfying about slicing open with the eye. I mean, what? Anyway, for me, eeny, meeny, miny, fuck. This is the issue. This is the issue when you become a Kamen Rider belt collector. You like all of them.
What was you?
Revi is just a counter, you jackass.
What was you?
I booted. Come on, guys! I'm armed and dangerous! Don't make me use this thing!
No, he's armed and dangerous because he's the one that has Aladar in the room.
I have the power of legacy on my side. What you got?
Kamen Rider Decade.
Which is also a legacy, I guess, if you think about it. I have originality, bitch!
So anyway, my favorite driver is the Kamen Rider, well, any version of the Kamen Rider Decade driver, whether it's Neo or the regular or the default one. But to make things easier, or just to be more specific, the CSM Kamen Rider Decade Deca Driver 1.5. Because functionality-wise, it is the same as the DX Deca driver and the DX Neo Deca driver, but oh my gosh, it's the quality and just the overall feel of it and the sound quality. It's like night and day.
I like the revised driver for me a little bit more, which is this blue one right here. I'm kind of pointing at right here. See, this one right here. I like that one a bit better because instead of it being a normal device, this is the very first time we have a fucking Etch-a-Sketch on a fucking Kamen Rider belt.
Etch-a-Sketch, yeah. It actually reminded me of I don't know how mainstream of a toy this was, but it reminded me of what was called a Magnadoodle. It actually had these little magnetic particles or something that would stick to the screen. You get this little pen looking thing with I don't remember if it. Some parts are magnetic, some parts are metal. You just doodle on it, and yeah, the little magnetic particles inside the little deal.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of. That reminds me of old kid's toy I had back in the day, a Magnadoodle, which is like an Etch-a-Sketch, only you actually get to draw on it instead of knobs.
And this thing has the same thing because
magnets.
All right, I don't even have it on. Also, I might have screwed that up a little bit. That's on the right. Hessian!
Dope.
Wait for it to go off for a little bit. And yeah.
There we go.
I find that sick as fuck.
Shiny.
All right, my turn. What is... This is for everybody. What is your favorite movie as of now?
As of current.
Avengers Endgame.
You don't gotta explain why. You can just straight up say it.
I definitely want to explain why, because originally it was the first Avengers movie, because the first Avengers movie, it accomplished something that nobody thought would ever be possible. Characters who were from their own separate solo films coming together in the same movie to fight against a common threat. And Avengers Endgame was basically the final conclusion, final result of that successful idea that became a very successful franchise. And it's just so awesome, so epic, so satisfying. And it was just awesome for me to have gone to the first showing of it. It felt like I was part of an actual historic event. And just oh my gosh, just seeing Cap wield Mjolnir. Stupid gnats, go away. Oh my God! And just, oh my God, it was so fucking epic. It was the best night of my freaking life.
I mean, you also have to keep in mind, for the fact that the moment he's been teasing every movie up until that very point. You know. Avengers!
Yes.
Assemble.
Yes. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of pissed when he was like, Avengers? Cuts to credits. That pissed me off. And then when he went, Avengers! I was in my seat, he's going to say it. He's going to say it. Then he says, Assemble. And then me and everyone else erupted in applause and cheering. I was like, yeah, he said it! He finally said it! After, 10 years? He said it!
Avengers! Assemble. Ah!
Oh my gosh, that was Oh my god, I am.
I kind of had that. Okay,
Bitch.
I kind of had that feeling come up again. Kind of not like the same kind of feeling, but in a different movie, I guess. I had that come up with. Can I fucking help you?
I think. I don't know. Can you? Can he?
I don't think I fucking can, considering Aldar probably fried his brain cells with fart gas the entire day.
I've been on a baby shower this entire day.
I mean, it's also filled with farts, so.
Well, it's not just.
It was with my
Aladar's
family,
farts.
jackass.
Not just Aladar's farts. Got to think about Bolt's. I hear he's pretty gassy too.
What movie?
Anyway. Just move on, shove off.
Those guys shit.
I've been enjoying the entirety of the Mario movie.
I still haven't seen that movie yet.
You need to see it. The
Is
Super
that
Mario
right?
movie, it was really good. I know everyone had their doubts because of the actor choices that Nintendo proposed and they accepted. Jack Black as Bowser.
Amazing.
If they were to ever make another Mario game and they were to actually put in more than just woo, and other than the fucking cheers and voices, other than that, they would. I honestly swear to God, they should put Bowser as Jack Black in the games.
I've heard nothing but good things about Jack Black as Bowser and like some kind of Peaches song he sings.
Watch the movie, you'll understand.
Yeah, just watch the movie. Just watch the movie.
What streaming service is it on right now? If it is it?
Let me
Is it
look
on-
that up. I have it as a
on
Blu-ray.
DVD
So.
too.
Yeah, it's on Blu-ray and DVD. So I mean,
Yeah, but I don't want to buy a movie that I haven't watched before without if I buy a movie and I watch it, what do I do if I don't like it? You know, it's like I made that mistake before. I made that mistake with Once Upon a Deadpool. I was like, I wonder if this is like. I was mostly intrigued by the whole Princess Bride aspect of it. They added to it, but I was like, this is pure ass. Not even the. I love the Princess Bride. Not even that can redeem the existence of this movie. So I'm literally stuck. I've been stuck with that movie for about 4.5 years. I don't know what the fuck to do with it. So like that's why I'd rather see if I can either borrow a copy from someone or watch it on a streaming service before I decide whether or not I want to buy a physical copy of it. You know.
Anyways, so
it's available on YouTube, Vudu, Redbox, Apple TV, Google Play Movies and TV, and Amazon Prime.
Which one of them requires a subscription rather than paying to buy it? Or
Every single one of them, probably.
I'm going to say my movie now. The movie that just does it for me. The movie that does it for me. You said Endgame, and you said Mario.
Super Mario.
So you both kept it relatively recent.
Pull it out or throw something old school, like 1970s old school.
No, I will definitely not be doing that.
oh shit! On the 28th of this month, it'll be on Peacock. I believe I have Peacock.
Okay. I'm going to say this. I'm sorry. I realize it sounds like dead-ass pandering. But I don't care. This movie made me feel so fucking seen. Rise of the Beasts.
Okay.
My love for that movie, like, literally has no words. Like, I'm, like, chomping at the bit to see it again in the theater.
Again, fucking G.I. Joe.
Anyways, that's basically the end of my question. Savage.
Where'd he go?
Fuck it. If you had to choose one handheld gaming console, I know I'm going. This is. I know I'm throwing a long mile one with when it comes to this to him, but I guess I could just ask the individual question. I guess. Bees.
Yeah.
If you had to choose one handheld gaming console to play for the rest of your life, every other game console vanishes from your view. No other game, no nothing. What would be that one game console?
That is a good question.
Wake up! Ah, you look like you're passing out over there.
Gosh, I honestly don't know. I mean, I owned a Game Boy Advance. I shared it with my brother until my mom, being a cheapskate, decided didn't want to buy more AA batteries. I kept trying to convince her to get rechargeable batteries because we don't have to throw them away if we can recharge them, but she refused. So, in an act of desperation, again, this is my brother's harebrained idea. He decided to hook up a 9-volt battery to it. And by the time we got more AA batteries, the console didn't work anymore. And this is my brother, who I thought knew what the fuck he was doing. And I thought he was a genius, but nope, he's a dumbass. Then I've had a Nintendo DS Lite, a Nintendo 3DS, which I still have that, and I still have a Nintendo 2DS, and I have a Switch. So I honestly don't know which to choose out of all those 4. I mean, the nostalgic part of me is wanting to say the Game Boy Advance, but it takes batteries, which that's something that always infuriated me back then. And if you want to play a game with it on in the dark or in low lighting settings, you can't unless you had a flashlight or something to some kind of light to plug or clip onto it or whatever. Then the Nintendo DS line and the Switch are almost the same exact thing, except only difference with the Switch is that you can dock it and play it on the TV. I don't know.
He's answering the question.
It's kind of tough. I guess just for the sake of versatility, I would say the Nintendo Switch. Because like I said, it's versatile. You can play it on the TV, you can play it handheld, and it doesn't take batteries. You can just charge it. And just...
To answer my own question on that one, I would say the Nintendo 3DS, because at least then it doesn't require you to pay a subscription for certain games.
Oh, and on that note, I was skeptical about whether or not the 3D actually looked good. But when it was there's a little demo console at GameStop, I turn on the 3D, I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice.
To be fair, if that were the case, I would have just bought a 2DS. If I didn't care for the 3D aspect, I would have just bought a 2DS.
Which yeah, on that note, I actually, like I previously mentioned, I still own a 3DS and a 2DS. Hello. And the reason why I bought a 2DS is because I didn't know very many people locally that played Pokemon, and I wanted to be able to trade Pokemon to evolve or complete the Pokedex. So one day, when I was in college, despite the fact there was like 1 or 2 feet of snow outside, I walked my bundled up ass over to Walmart and bought me a 2DS. I was bored.
You know what they call the 2DS now that now that's all over?
What?
They call it the cheese wedge of the handheld consoles. Because the shape of the first 2DS looks like a cheese wedge.
Kind of does. Very thin slice of cheese. Yeah,
It's like thin to thick.
I agree. Yeah. And what's interesting about it is that the sound quality is mono, but if you play it with headphones plugged in, stereo.
Trust me, BC, if you just looked at what one looked like, the original 2DS, which is still a part of the 3DS family, you'd see why people would call it that.
Oh, I just happen to have mine nearby.
Oh, well, look at that. And what?
We are going to need to wrap this up relatively soon. The wifey is calling upon me.
Okay.
Here's what a regular 3DS looks like.
The normal version, which is like the small, everyone prefers one.
So, Bees?
2DS.
Yes. Cheese wedge.
Okay, I see it. Bees,
Yes.
you're up next. If you have one, ask it. If you don't, veto. Because as soon as this next question is done and it gets back to me, it's last round.
What is or was your favorite figure from the Unicron trilogy toy line?
So far from experience, I'm going to say this is an everyone question. So far from just experience of what I've been able to get so far, Cyclonus. I love the pull the trigger helicopter motion of it.
Huh. Excuse me for one moment.
I don't have very many Unicron trilogy toys, like actual OG toys, unless you count. Yeah, I don't count Predacon because that is just a repaint, slight retool of the Transmetal Megatron. I guess you could count the Toys R Us exclusive repaint of Primus, which I had back there.
I mean, you can still count your Starscream because I know you got him recently.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have the OG Starscream and the OG Thundercracker.
I'm
And I have Energon Starscream as well. So I'm just gonna say my favorite figure from the Unicron trilogy is Starscream, Armada Starscream.
I'm going to have to kind of shock everybody in this very panel right now.
Oh.
My all-time favorite Unicron trilogy toy, as far as ones I actually had, was Energon Starscream. I loved it because it was simple.
The regular one or the power-up version?
Yes.
That just so happens to be one of my latest OG Unicron trilogy toy purchases from Mercari.
I like that figure so much.
I like the sword, and I think it's kind of funny how his sword and blaster can combine into his I'm trying to compensate mega sword.
I love that gimmick.
It's ridiculous, yet it's cool.
Now, if y'all will excuse me once again for just one moment.
Look at this. It's so big he can't even support the weight of it.
Are you surprised that it's BC's favorite? His favorite Power Ranger final weapon combination is the Savage Sword. Come on, or the Jungle Sword. I think was the Savage.
I think it was Savage.
Jungle Sword. Yeah, that's right. Jungle. Fuck, I'm forgetting. I think it was Jungle Sword because he says Jungle Sword, Savage Slash.
Anyways, So is that it? We all answered?
I believe so.
Okay. Now, last round of questions. I'm gonna go for broke. If you had to sell everything in your collection right now, what is one figure that the more you look at it, the more you realize you can't part with it? And that goes for everyone here.
Oh God.
Literally, every possible figure that you have, does not matter how you got it, who got it for you, whatever the connection you have to it is. If you could only keep one, who would it be? Or what would it be?
God, thinking about this makes me so scared and so anxious at the same time. I'm like, oh God.
You know what? I'm going to answer it simply, and this is actually going to surprise you. Even though it started off, with high hopes and I got low expectations out of it. He's what started the whole collection of mine. He's what began, my collection down the rabbit hole. Spin Out. Masterpiece Spin Out. Yes, he does have that stretch mark on his foot, but you know what? If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have any Masterpiece. You know that? Simple as that.
He opened the gateway. And because of that, if you sold everything, he's the only one you keep.
Would I like to trade him for one that does not have that issue or with that issue on the leg? Yeah, but at least, I can transform her again. Because that's the one thing that's keeping me not from ever transforming again. It's just that leg, that foot. I wish that part was replaceable, but it doesn't really look like it. I would have to replace a lot more of that portion than just, the toe of it. I'm assuming he's gone to get his, so you may as well answer yours.
No. Mine's going to have a touching story to it, so I'm going to let him.
Oh, what? I think I already know.
Already know what?
What his might be, because I think I already know what it is. At least I should.
This is the metal, I don't remember. It's something Chinese or Asian, the name of the company that made it. Winged dragon. I honestly feel bad for not. Damn, he's dusty. I feel bad for not remembering the name of the company, but yeah, when I got this, I was having a bit of a bad week, or I was just it's just a shitty week. Then again, I was working someplace that. Yeah, I told you guys the rant about it in the last episode, so I'm sure you can figure out, put the pieces together. Anyway, I got that in the mail. I was a happy camper. And I'm like, thank you, TF Source. Not sponsored. Since I have this guy out right now, it's going to be a good dusting.
If only else.
Honestly, I would keep this because I do presently have the original version of this toy, of the actual original Transmetal 2 Dragon Megatron toy. But because the one that I have, I bought pre-owned off of someone. But I have a lot of fond memories with the original one that I had back in the day. So this brings back so many memories with that toy when I had that in my collection. Oh wow, I guess this isn't dust. This is. The fuck is that? Anyway, it's it's basically if they took the character model from the show, translate it into a toy, you could just hear David K's voice come out of this thing.
Yeah. Zhang Jing, Winged Dragon.
Thank you, BC. Yes, this was freaking amazing. I freaking love it. In fact, I think this might actually be my first third-party Masterpiece Scale Transformers figure. I think. You know, I think it actually is. Not counting knockoffs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it is. So this has a lot of sentimental value to me.
Okay. Am I good?
Yeesh.
Okay, so I'm going to preface it with this. I know I've told this story multiple times on the channel, so I know this is going to be a dead giveaway, but I literally cannot think of anything that I would replace this with entirely because of what this means to me. My figure that I would keep if I sold everything right now, this is the only figure I would keep. It is the Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
No.
And the reason why it would be that one is entirely because of the lengths that my mother went to make sure she got that figure for me. That is a toy that didn't, it was like, to me, that wasn't just a toy at that point. That is a piece of mine and my mom's relationship.
Oh, yeah.
A relationship that during my teen years I heavily took for granted. And looking at that figure now, seeing how damaged it's become, it almost reflects on how damaged mine and my mom's relationship was for a while. But as time went on, we kind of learned to fix things. And because of that, I am now very much on the path of figuring out how to fix, on getting him fixed. So that is why Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime is my number one favorite figure. And it's the one that I will never get rid of, no matter what. If everything had to go, he's the only one that's sticking around. And it's entirely because of the fact that my mom literally went through hell just to ensure I got it for Christmas that year. And, like, there were a couple of times where she flat out gave up. Because that thing was a hot fucking seller. It was that good of a damn toy. So, imagine my face when I popped that fucking wrapping paper that Christmas. I peek in and I saw the fucking head of the figure. I lost my mind. And rightfully so. That was a BC collector history moment right there. So yeah, it kind of makes sense why I'm very much still at the point of, if I sold everything, he's the only one that's staying. And I know that I've had so many people who have had whose copies of that figure were busted beyond belief that genuinely asked me if I would let them use mine for parts, and I told them hell no. I will die with that figure, no matter what condition it's in. That figure stays with me. And because of that, that is what's going to answer this question. Savage, you are up next.
I asked this question a while ago in the group chat, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask this anyway, just for the sake of, I guess, quick conversation. I don't think this is a quick conversation, but fuck it, whatever.
Okay, it's directed at anybody.
It's an everyone.
Okay.
Since Mortal Kombat has gotten popular again, If you had to say if you had to say your character was, okay, what character in Mortal Kombat would describe you basically?
What character in Mortal Kombat would describe us? I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to answer this where I would pick for all three of us. You would be Johnny Cage. Bees here.
Aye.
Mortal Kombat.
I know next to nothing about Mortal Kombat. I've never played it, so this question's a bit difficult for me.
That's why he's answering it, I guess.
Right.
So specifically for bees, who was the other Savage? Help my memory here real quick. I know that there was kind of one of those hidden it was a hidden character in one of the Mortal Kombat games where he literally wore a CGI suit where it had all the bulbs and shit on it.
Mocap.
Okay, yeah, that's him.
He was also in the intro of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. As he was amongst the others when Blaze's castle appeared. Was the very first one to go, I want that.
I think that I myself see, I can answer this question a lot easier for everybody else, but when it comes to me, it's a lot harder for me to peg it. So entirely because of the fact that I made him in Mortal Kombat, I'm gonna have to say for me, Liu Kang.
I would have said Raiden because you're like the wise one and somewhat the leader of the whole thing. Liu Kang may have been the hero, but he took his guidance from Raiden.
Fair. Well, now see, I didn't want to just immediately say, "Oh, I'd be Raiden easily." Like I really kind of had to sit there and think about it. Like if I was really forced to pick between them, I feel like I fit Liu Kang more. But that's just my answers for it. What are yours?
In my answer, Raiden, Devora, or at least a male version of Devora because bees.
Aye.
Yes, the insectoid character of the entire Mortal Kombat series now. Think of that. And for me, I still see myself as a Scorpion. I have a lot of rage and vengeful spirit, and I like to roast the shit out of people.
Speaking of, we're not gonna go there yet. We're not gonna go. Sit your ass down.
I don't see myself standing. Get over here! You went the wrong way.
Bees,
Yes.
you're up. Last question.
Let's see. Who is one celebrity, an actor or voice actor, would you love to meet at a convention that you have not met yet?
Oh, so anyone.
Yes, everybody. Yes.
Well, I said anyone, so
I'm going last because I'm going to be the quickest.
Mark Hamill.
Oh, yeah.
Need I say more?
Let's just keep it at saying it for the sake of time.
For me,
So,
Frank
yeah.
Welker.
I got his blessing for my Megatron.
just he's been like in so many cartoons and movies that I watched as a kid and as an adult that he was actually part of my inspiration for wanting to get into voice acting. Him and Robin Williams, Robin Williams would have been my first choice, but may he rest in peace. Yes, Mr.
My
DC.
pick. My pick is easy. Peter Cullen. Peter Cullen is my pick. Now, I think that basically takes care of everything. So before we officially dip out and sign out, because due to the sake of me having a major journey ahead of me tomorrow, I am probably going to be ending the stream here soon. But I have one last thing. One of the things that Bees specifically requested of us, I'm bringing it up here again. He said he does not want any of his shenanigans from back in November to go unpunished.
Yes.
One of the things that he brought up specifically to me, don't know if he said it to you, was if we were up for it, I let Savage have the grill.
My idea was to have everybody in the stream do it, but it's whatever everybody can mutually decide on.
See, here's the thing. We all mutually decided if there's anybody who's going to do it, it should be him. Because that is his title.
Fair.
So my question here is, are we going to do this?
Yeah.
I mean, do you really have the time for that right now?
Yeah.
We're, honestly, after the day I had, I could use a laugh. So, here's what we're going to do. First things first.
Let me put this guy. Let me put him away. Let me put him away first.
There you go.
Weakling. Stop it!
Okay, I'm back. Oh shit.
Okay, so I guess we're not doing the roasting. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I am going down here.
Okay.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm giving Savage... I'm basically going to let him take as long as he feels he needs to.
Okay.
Here's the kicker. Normally, I put limiters on him. This time, all bets are off.
Oh God.
He gets to show the full extent of his power. Basically, think of it as Alucard releasing every level of his power. This is not going to end well. There's a chance it might not end well.
Oh, so you chopped off his head. Now have you done steps 2 through 7? 2 through... fuck. You done goofed.
Yeah, done goofed. So with that said...
And I'm typing something up in the private chat real quick. Just my one only off limits thing.
Your one area that he is not allowed to touch.
He just touched his one off limits area zone there. Because there you said, ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna leave it. I'm going to leave my side open so that way I remember not to. Ow!
Okay. Put that out of the way.
So,
bring on the punishment.
Bees, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure you're ready? I can literally see the fear in your eyes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, Savage, are you ready?
Listen!
All right. 3, 2, 1. Roast.
You're a stupid fucking bitch for all the things you've done to us over the fucking half a year.
No denying that.
You don't deny that now, but back then, you were a fucking civilian amongst the Denial River in Egypt. Holy fuck, my dude. I get what was going on because, you had the little bit of bitch in your head. But at the same time, I don't think that really excuses the fact that you then later on in time sent me that little message. I don't know if we ever talked about that ever at all at one point, because let's not forget that part, the fact that you sent me that little message of yours, sending me the Gundam dick for no fucking reason. Yeah, that wasn't quite a build up to what you wanted to do there, buddy. And you're lucky that I didn't say anything. And you quoting to quote part of the message, I'm sure you'll show this to your master. Boy, does this look like pre-1776 to you? I ain't no slave runner, boy.
Oh, God.
And you're lucky I'm only being somewhat chilled right now, because lately I could just give 2/3 of a shit on some things that matter. Right now, you're like the Ocean Gate, imploding at the bottom of the sea right next to the Titanic.
Oh, God.
And that one's spicy, because that one was very recent.
Oh, my God, yes.
But, again, I'm keeping it lightly. If this was, like, a certain, outdated person back in the 17th century, named, after a certain dinosaur, Eleanor, he would be sitting here going, listen here, you sack of shit. I'm going to tell you why you're poopy head, while shaking her out.
Oh, God.
And I'll tell you all the things I'm so mad at you about that I pooted.
Okay, to be fair,
when he said it, you did it.
Okay, so that message I sent you, I'm not gonna blame Katie on that. I chose to do that.
Oh, so
I'm not blaming her on that. Like I said, I blame her for altering my perception of you guys. The shit that happened between last November till when I messaged you that one time. Yeah, that was all me. I chose to do that.
You know what? This actually kind of brings me back to one comment you said to me years. I was about to say years ago, but it hasn't been that long. The 1 year ago. What was it? Now who's wearing a bag on his head, bitch?
Oh my God. Oh, he's been holding on to that one. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
after that
Yeah,
whole
he
thing of perception, now it's the one wearing the paper bag on his head after the whole shit dig. Yeah, yeah. Hiding yourself real there, Krispy Kreme.
Freddy's.
I don't fucking care. I didn't ask.
I love that one.
Speaking of, I don't. If you want, I don't care if you're going to Scrapyard or not. Go back to Five Nights at Freddy's if you're really going to get to be on that one. And you know, it's and I still remember one of my early roasts where it's just, gee whiz, just guy. I remember when this figure of mine, gee, back in college, I just had this wonderful memory of shut the fuck up.
Oh my god. Literally, the only thing that comes to my mind is Rise of the Beast.
It's Rise of the Beast. Rise of the. Be quiet, please. I'm watching a fucking movie. But you know, it wasn't as bad as times, but you know, it was still as annoying as like how Dino put it when he was on the episode that one time. Yeah, no, I'm pulling that out there. I'm tossing it down under the bus. And you know, just dude, I'm glad you're healing now, but dude, after I'm done with you, you may as well put the Mandalorian helmet back on because there's no way no shots missing this shit. Or you know, you want to keep taking it off like Master Chief did, like the slut he apparently is. I guess I don't fucking. Hey, I mean, you wanted me to bring out the savagery. I'm too tired to give less than 3 shits of this entire thing.
I
You know what?
I know. I'm just thinking like, oh god, what have I done?
I mean, hey, at least you didn't call him Hitler for no fucking reason.
What? Who hurt you today?
No comment.
Oh.
Go on.
Well, like I said, we did try to warn you about your fucking vulture viper of a bitch ex there, or now ex, if I may say so. We kept trying to tell you, hey, she's being being a bit of a cut there, buddy. I would recommend you she got them blue waffles. You may want to get away from that. Get away from that. She's a witch. Shoo, bitch, fly.
I don't think anybody ever said anything to me about her.
Well, I mean, we kept telling you that something was, getting kind of odd, so we're trying to pull you out of there.
I think any of us actually like directly warned him, but I think one of us at least said something about this doesn't feel right.
I guess it was Eldar. It was
anything.
Well,
Yeah,
it was Eldar, yeah.
Right, but still, I wish you guys did say something.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, anyways.
I wish we did say something, because I'm pretty sure the content would have been much more funny. You're like, listen, dude, your girl, she's being a cunt. You may want to run away from that. I'm pretty sure that shit can drag you back down to hell, Probably toss you a sausage down the hallway kind of a bitch. But, water on the bridge now, right? Hopefully. Oh, and this one's directly free if you happen to be watching this. Hey, Katie, fuck you.
You know what? Find her on Facebook and send her a link to this and the timestamp. I don't care.
Fuck you, you fucking rancid goat. I hope you smell like the back end of Aldar's ass.
Yeah, on that note, like I said in the previous episode, I hold grudges and I find myself unable to forgive people. And to be honest, people who do me dirty, I wish, I have strong desires for revenge, but I don't know, considering that she can't work and she's physically unable to support herself and work or whatever, and the last dude that she had lined up after I broke up with her just left her, I think that's punishment enough. Because she knows that in addition to men like me deserving better, she's never going to find anybody. So,
I mean, I have the better girl right now, and she barely does. She hasn't done shit to me.
well, that's awesome. Yeah, and
What? She's a good
like
girl.
Who?
like I said,
That was my cat.
Oh, okay.
oh, you said. I'm confused. You said your girl you're talking about. You're talking about. Oh, the cat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Fur baby.
Yeah.
Having a strong bond with a fur baby is awesome. It's always awesome.
So,
'Cause-
you good yet?
Yeah, like
Fix your personality, you fucking winked you little shit. One day you're gonna get burned to the bottom of the bridge if you continue your previous act up. You look
Make
like
him
a
cry.
cow. I'm just.
Make him cry.
If anyone's gonna make him cry, sir.
oh god. Oh god.
Well, the Savages said, "Well, if you wanted to hurt, there you go."
So who's gonna start me off?
Farting in the middle of Best Buy? That's always a good one.
You gonna start me off or what?
Are you looking at me? Because that's the case. On your marks, get set, roast.
Love how you genuinely believed I was gonna start with the Best Buy one. Honestly, I would have preferred that over the emotional distress your shenanigans were putting me through while I was at work. I almost lost my job because of your bullshit. You put me under so much emotional distress that in trying to not only keep myself and the rest of my crew safe from you, I sacrificed so much of my mental health to the point where I was passing out at work while the line was running.
Fuck.
Understand the gravity of that. And understand you being here right now, this is a privilege. This is the proof that a peace has been brokered. You are doing a fantastic job to preface this at showing us you have learned your lesson. But I'm making this clear when I say you still got a long motherfucking way to go, especially when it comes to me. Because at that point, you didn't just put my crews as well as myself, our general safety on the line. You in turn put my families in jeopardy with your shit. And that is something that will not fly with me. That is something that I'm going to make abundantly fucking clear will not happen again. And if it does, I promise you right now, there will be no such thing as forgiveness. I've been kind and I've been cordial. I've done my best to respond to messages and be as kind and genuinely considerate as humanly possible. But if you pull that shit with me again, ever again, this grill, you're going to wish I was using this. Because if you force me to unleash the dormant fighter in me, where I am ready to throw hands at any given point of the day, you better hope and pray that I do not find you in a dark alley. Because that is something that I can make abundantly clear. Once I start doing some damage, it's everlasting. He may be the savage, but I'm the leader for a reason. I let him handle this stuff because he's a lot lighter to the touch than I ever will be. They look to me and they consider me a confidant for a damn reason. And as you once put it, I'm basically a very profane Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I did say that, didn't I?
So, as the profane Optimus Prime, consider this your only warning. You ever test me like that again, there will be no hole. There will be no person. There will be no state, no country, no planet that you can flee to hide from me. Are we clear?
Loud and clear.
I thought we were roasting. What's wrong with this thing? Ah!
Now we're done. So, with that said, guys, actually, hold on. There's one more thing that needs to happen. Because I know this one's been waiting for a while.
Oh. Clear your space a little, just because he knows what's going to happen.
Oh no. Oh no.
The squeaker will not protect you. I hope you has room.
Make sure my bike isn't in the way because I don't want to break that.
Father, is he making room? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Good. The Messiah must work.
Because these are probably not going to be easy to replace.
Chin scratches.
What do you want, Savage?
I'll just give it chin scratches because I could. Ah.
Well, I have room. Look like
I told you. The squeaker will not protect you.
Well, that sure clears the sinuses. The damn squeaker wouldn't play. God damn it! How dare you make a fool of me? I think I'm just gonna buy a fucking squeaky toy. That'll be more reliable. Take out the squeaker.
All right. Well, I think that is going to bring this to a close. I think that basically clears up everything. Especially, I definitely do feel it helps kind of wash away the past a little better.
GBC, what are we going to talk about next weekend?
I'm glad you asked. Next week, since he's returning, I want to do something very special. You are not Aladar. Cut it out. That being said, the next topic that we are going to be bringing up is one that I feel is very important. The feeling of having to explain our fandom to a casual.
Okay.
This is something that's definitely going to get the gears turning. So, hope to see you guys next week. With all that said, I've been BC.
I'm going to do my bit for my outro, so you know what I'm going to do. If you enjoyed this episode of the Scrapyard, and if you have any more questions you wish to ask us, please hit us up in the Discord community, the Scrapyard server, link of which will be in the description. You can ask us anything you want. We'll happily answer any question you'll have to ask. If it's not a question for anyone in this server, we'll gladly pass along the message. If you want to talk about something that we was talked about last week, if you want to talk about something else next week, please join us down in the Discord down below, or in the link down below. Please come in there and have a chat with us. And I've been the Savage.
I've been traumatized. I mean, Flaming Bees. He traumatized me.
Anyways, we'll catch you guys next week.